kind. I wonder what is on his mind. No, please stop messing around so we can go to Brian's house.
Welcome to Brian's house. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. My wife rearranged things again. OCD. What are you going to do? Let's get started.
Can't wait to answer your annoying questions now.
Okay, let's see what we have here today for our questions. I get a lot of questions about my son's band, Avenged Sevenfold. And naturally, this first one here is about that. Andrea, what is the band like? Johnny's like a man, only smaller. Let's see, what else do we have here? Let's move on. Tim, how do I get into showbiz? Depends on what you mean by showbiz, Tim. If what I'm doing right now looks like showbiz to you, then that's easy. Just learn to play the guitar extremely well. Get a record deal when you're 20 years old. Have a couple hits in Europe, gold records, and then squander your promising career on drugs and bad decisions. Then after 30 years of eking out a living playing other people's music in a studio, then write a few mildly funny songs and buy a green screen. Okay, Stefan. What's a good way of getting back at my mother that doesn't involve putting pizza crust up my butt? No, I think that's it. I think the pizza crust up the butt is the best way to get back at your mom. You stick with that. Charles, is it okay to like Sammy Hagar still? Yeah, just not any of his work with Van Halen. Juanita. I had an Aunt Juanita. Yeah, she's dead. Okay. Juanita asks, what do you smell like? Well, black people, they say I smell like wet cardboard. This morning, I haven't showered yet, so I smell a little like date rape. Okay, Miranda, I'm going to LA for my birthday. Any places to see or avoid? Yeah, stay away from the bad part of LA, which is called LA. Andrea, can I borrow $5? Yeah, but you won't like the terms. Okay, Aaron, what should I study in college, music or cinematography? I don't know. It all depends on what you want to tell people you do when you're taking their order at Starbucks.
Dicks in the news, dicks in the news, dicks in the news, dicks in the news, dicks in the news.
Oh, let's see, what's going on this week in the news? Demi Moore went into rehab. And let me preface this by saying that I do not know Demi. I've never met her. I have nothing against her, and I wish her a speedy recovery. But I can't help but point out a couple of things here about it. Number one, her official reason for going into rehab, Red Bull. Yeah. She said she's been addicted for years. You know, it's caffeine. I'm sorry, but that's like going to rehab for being addicted to Twizzlers. I don't think it's rehabable. My single criterion for admitting somebody to rehab would be simple. Would you suck a dick for it? That's the only question I would ask. If yes, admit them. They need help. As much as I would like to envision Demi sucking dick for Red Bull, I doubt she has, unfortunately. Rehab is not meant for caffeine, sugar, or Nickelback. You know, just stop. Put the Red Bull down. Drop the Skittles, and for God's sake, stop listening to Nickelback, because nothing will burn a hole in your brain quicker than listening to Canadian rock. Let's see. I think the real problem is you can't drink Red Bull if you weigh less than 85 pounds or are over 65 years of age, and of course, Demi is both. And she should know better, because all of this is covered in the monthly newsletter she gets from AARP. She should be drinking tea and knitting herself some fiber so she doesn't die of anorexia instead of standing out front of 7-Eleven at 4 p.m. waiting for the early bird special on Red Bull. And Demi, just between you and me, that's the best you could come up with? Red Bull? Seriously? Might have worked, you know. I think Hollywood would have bought it if they hadn't released the 911 tape. You know, that girl, she sounded like she was 15. She's partying with 15-year-olds, probably Miley. She was going, she was smoking something, and she was doing Whip It, and she was going through a breakup. She may have been taking other things. Wow. Just a guess to me, but along with the Red Bull, the 20 years of nitrous oxide, cocaine, alcohol, and various prescription drugs might have added to the problem. Just a guess, but you stick with the caffeine and bull semen story, because that's working for you. Also, you know, as far as the breakup goes, do yourself a favor. Get over Ashton, you know? He's like a giant boy or something. He looks like he's just a 6'8" I don't even understand. And he was only with you because his mommy didn't nurse him enough. Nobody marries their grandma, okay? I'm sorry. So just get over it, you know? And also, just my advice to you, next time that you're huffing nitrous oxide out of a can of whipped cream, suck on a little whipped cream too, you know? Ingest a few calories. That way, you'll not only live to see your grandchild born, but you'll also outweigh him. I have a new animated video out. It's called Same Old Story. Here's a little piece of it.
This is the story that you've heard a million times before, where boy meets girl and girl turns out to be a Siamese twin. She shares her body with her sister, but her sister's gay, and she prefers the company of women over men.
That's going out on YouTube later on today, so please check it out. Like it, subscribe to it, share it. This show is brought to you by Gamefly.com. Gamefly is a game rental company with over 7,000 titles for all game systems and handhelds. There's no late fees, free shipping, you can cancel anytime, and you get a free 15-day trial if you go to Gamefly.com. And I just signed up, and I'm really excited because I'm getting Donkey Kong for my Nintendo. So I went to the NAMM show this last week, and for those of you who don't know what the NAMM show is, NAMM, it stands for National Association of Music Merchants. So basically what it is, it's a small city that they put at the Anaheim Convention Center here in Orange County, and instruments, thousands of instruments. If it makes a noise, it's there. It doesn't matter what it is. Flutes, oboes, guitars, pianos, or whatever it is, they got it there. And it's the instrument makers who are trying to get the retailers, the guys that own like the Guitar Center or different stores like that, to come in and stock their items. Say, yeah, I'll take 20 of those pianos and 10 of those guitars. And so that's what it is. It's just for people in the business. And the cool thing about the NAMM show has always been that these music instrument makers would bring in celebrity guests to demonstrate the instruments. So, I mean, you'd see, yeah, you know, Eddie Van Halen playing at Music Man or something. It was like really, really cool stuff. You could see all these stars that you couldn't see anywhere else, and you get really close to them, talk to them, and that was always kind of nice. Something nice about NAMM. And now it seems like they just let pretty much anybody in. And you think you're seeing stars, but you're not. You're seeing like these look-alike guys, because they're all musicians. So they all look sort of like somebody, that kind of thing. You know, you walk in, you go, oh my God, it's Ozzy Osbourne. And then you get closer and you go, well, he put on some weight. And then you get really close to him and you see his name tag, and it's Earl from Des Moines, who sells hand-painted dulcimers. And you go, oh my God, is that Jerry Garcia from the Grateful Dead? No, he's dead. Oh. And you go, well, what's this guy's excuse? So yeah, it's kind of sad now. A lot of the big instrument makers also bring in the hot girls that you can take your pictures with, and some of them are shooter girls. They actually serve alcohol there. That's illegal. So it's kind of cool. But unfortunately, the fledgling companies, the ones just trying to get off the ground, the small mom and pop operations, they can't really afford the A-list girls. So mom and pop just use mom. And hey, JR, your mom want to make 20 bucks tonight at Fat Ozzy's dulcimer booth? Like I said, it used to be industry people. Now it seems like anybody attends. Just the UPS guy's family is there getting autographs, and it's kind of become a sad thing. You know, you also get the movie star, you get the wannabes, because if you put all those artists together, you're going to get wannabes. You're going to get athletes there, wrestlers that show up. You get movie stars like, you know, please. Yeah, like anybody would go see your band if your name wasn't Kevin Bacon. Get over yourself. And like this guy. Seriously, you're a douchebag, Sinise. Go play with your black lights, CSI boy. It's kind of become a joke now, as much as I used to love going to NAMM. There's no real stars there anymore. And I think that's why they call it NAMM, honestly, is because 3 days there and you go home with post-traumatic stress disorder. But, I went there, I thought it'd be fun to, because I have a lot of friends, a lot of old musician friends, some are famous, and I thought it'd be fun to, you know, interview them for my podcast. And so I went down there, my little phone, and I'm looking around. I found this guy. Yeah, guy playing a blue trombone. You know, nice to see he hasn't wasted his life. And virtually every guitar booth there has a guy like this shredding. Every one of them with hair way too long for their age. It's kind of sad. So as far as the stars go, the best I could do was I ran across these guys. They're an up-and-coming band, and they're somewhat talented, and I think they have a lot of potential. I'm here in the Schecter booth with my daughter, and Aaron is here.
Jason,
Say hi, Aaron.
yeah, I got something over there.
He doesn't give a shit. He's busy. He's got real fans. And
Come with
did he just call me? I think he did.
I did it.
Wow. Hanging out with Shad here at the NAMM show. Shad, say hello.
What's up, buddy? Who am I talking to? The internet people?
Internet people.
Internet people, how you doing?
That's what I'm talking about. That's how Shad rolls. Doesn't give a shit. So to recap, Aaron ignored me. My son called me a Matt said fuck you to my fans. Just one big happy family.
There was so much to see at Brian's house, but now he wants us to leave Brian's house. Wish that we